After 5 years of trying, I'm finally ready to cut the cord. Thanks to some recent changes to YouTube TV's channel lineup, as well as some mergers, it seems like the service is all grown up and finally ready to be cable's first true contender. In this video, I'm going to be comparing the cost of YouTube TV to traditional cable. Then I'm going to go through the app's interface for the very first time. And finally, I'm going to decide if YouTube TV is finally worth the switch from cable TV. Very recently, there were some pretty large changes to YouTube TV, both good and bad. Let's start with the good though. YouTube TV now has Viacom CBS channels, like Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central. This is the first time that those channels, along with several others like ESPN and FX, have been on the same service together. Now, full disclosure, Viacom CBS actually owns CNET, as well as a lot of channels recently added to YouTube TV. But that got me nowhere when I tried to get a free account, so this is actually coming out of my pocket. But the addition of those channels came at a price. The cost of YouTube TV recently went up by $15, and at $65 a month, you can't necessarily call it cheap. That monthly price though includes all the channels available, unlimited cloud DVR, 3 simultaneous streams with 6 accounts per household, and you can cancel at any time with no contract. So that's mostly awesome. Now let's see if YouTube TV is gonna save me some money. Here's what I'm currently paying for cable TV. I pay for cable through a promotional bundle, which includes TV, internet, and phone. But that promotion's about to expire, so my costs are gonna go up. Now let's see what those individual services are gonna cost each month after the promotion ends. Yikes. TV and DVR is gonna go up to $113 a month. Internet's gonna go up by about $20 to $87 a month. Phone is gonna be $10 a month, and I don't even use it. It was just cheaper to include in the bundle. Taxes and additional fees are gonna be about $20 a month, which brings my total cost to $230 a month. Ooh. Now, I've already been offered new promotions from this company twice, and each time it's never been a better deal. I've either paid more money for the same amount of channels, or I've lost some going down to a cheaper tier. And since I already have the cheapest TV tier, I know I'm not getting my costs anywhere under $153. But for the sake of comparison, let's see if I can get these costs down. TV and DVR remains unchanged because YouTube TV has cloud DVR, so I'm not sacrificing that. Currently, the cheapest internet package offered by this company is $50 a month, so I can save some money there. As I said, I don't use phones, so we can lose that and save $10. Taxes and additional fees will go down a little bit, so let's say it's going to $10 just to give it a little extra breathing room. Let me use my calculator because I'm pretty bad at math on my own. That brings my new monthly cost to $173. Not as bad, but I think YouTube TV can beat that. Let's see just how well it stacks up. YouTube TV costs $65 a month, we already knew that. Internet remains unchanged at $60 a month. I may upgrade the speeds later, we'll see. I added another $15 a month for HBO Max because I currently pay for it through cable. That gives me a total of $140. Much better than cable. I'm gonna be saving about $30 with YouTube TV, but I've never actually used the app before, so let's go see how it looks. Cable-free live TV is here. All right, let's click sign in. tv.youtube.com/start WFD. No, it's not WAD. Allow. Success! Device connected. All right, continue on your device. Oh, there we go. YouTube TV members can watch here. YouTube TV can be viewed, not purchased through Apple TV. Great. Well, let's go purchase it then. So now I'm using my third device to try to sign up for YouTube TV. It's not the most fluid experience, but I guess neither is signing up for cable. tv.youtube.com. Try it free. Los Angeles area. That is correct. That's where I live. Start free trial. So let's just go through some of these and talk about the ones I'm interested in and see if I can notice any that are missing. So I definitely have the local channels, which I'm actually a local news junkie, so these are good for me to have. Got ESPN, which is a sign of Disney-owned channels. Cartoon Network is one I'm into. I watch reruns of sitcoms on TBS. FX has a lot of shows that I love. I also have Hulu too, so to save money, maybe I'll scale that back to the commercial version instead of paying $12 a month for the commercial-free version. I'm not a sports fan, so I don't necessarily care about these. FXX for when It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia returns. AMC, I still watch The Walking Dead even though I don't think it's that good anymore, but I have a really tough time breaking up with TV shows that I've invested a lot of time in. Nickelodeon for nostalgia shows like Hey Arnold and Rocko's Modern Life. Comedy Central is a big one for me. I pretty much fall asleep to The Daily Show every night, so I'm excited to have that on the service finally. My wife is super into HGTV, so that's a must. Discovery Channel is always good for channel flipping. And yeah, I can't really see anything missing for my personal needs. What about you? Are there channels missing from YouTube TV that you'd like to see added? Put it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. All right, so now let's go to next. Here are the list of add-on networks, which I will be adding HBO Max as soon as I cancel my cable subscription. Okay, and start membership. Success! 3 devices and a credit card later, and now I have YouTube TV. Let's go through some of this setup, because I actually like that stuff. Choose your favorites and we'll record them. We'll add new recordings to your library as your programs air on live TV. Great. I'm gonna be saving money not paying for a DVR, and DVRs are really clunky and unreliable anyways. Let's do shows. Let's go ahead and do Saturday Night Live. I don't watch late night talk shows on TV, but I do watch a lot of clips of them on YouTube. So I'm not gonna set those to record. A lot of this is network television, which I don't know what I'm into. Ah, Rick and Morty, finally. Let's do that. Family Guy's old. I'm kind of a sucker for Shark Tank, so I'm gonna go ahead and record that. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, of course. Wow. I feel like this is gonna take too long if I just sit here and go through every TV show, so I'm not gonna do that. News. I don't like news programs. I kind of just tune into the news as it's on. Movies. I'm not gonna go to YouTube TV to watch movies. There's plenty of on-demand streaming services. Family. Not there yet. Sorry, Mom. Let's go back to Apple TV now and see what the interface looks like. Sign in. Manage my YouTube account. Device connected. So this should, yes, there we go. So this is the home page. It's clearly showing me shows that I've bookmarked, as well as some programming that it's recommending, including an on-demand of Transformers, live NBC Sports. I'm not a Premier League guy, so I'm gonna keep going past that. Got some more on-demand movies from TNT. I'm assuming those have commercials because they would have commercials if you were to watch them on live TV. Cool, so it actually kind of knows what channels I generally aim for. Got some categories here based on genre. My favorite is comedy, so let's just go to comedy. See what it gives me. Things picked for me, which is roughly the same as that last row, but just more focused on comedy. Crank Yankers is great. Practical Jokers is good when it's on and I don't have to choose it. Some live options, some movies, some other suggestions outside of the genre. Some subgenres like sitcoms. So pretty much exactly what you'd expect from a digital service today. A lot of recommendations for new things as well as things that you'll like. Over in the library is a lot of stuff that I've saved, including new episodes of shows, some things that are scheduled, shows that I've saved, movies that I'll save, sports if I ever do save it. Definitely a lot cleaner and more helpful of an interface than the one that's on my DVR, which always feels super slow and like it's making the most general recommendations to you. All right, let's go over to the live tab. I love that the guide has made it over to cord cutter packages because this is how I like to just browse channels when I don't know what I want to watch. You can just kind of scroll, and this is awesome that it starts giving you a preview of what's currently live. Let's go ahead and play one of these channels to see what the picture and audio quality looks like.
He's been the brains behind this operation since day one.
Looks pretty good. It buffers pretty quickly. The image looks nice and crisp. Audio quality seems good enough as far as I can discern. Let's take a look what the interface looks like over the channel. Gives the information, progress, all the good stuff. Networks. This is cool. It's showing all of the channels I recently looked at least the last 2 I looked at. So it's nice to not just be limited to the last channel button and only have one option back and forth. I can actually go through several channels I recently looked at, and if I'm watching 2 or 3 different things at the same time. More episodes of the same show, which is really cool. More to watch, including recommendations based on what I'm currently watching, as well as clearly some shows that I've bookmarked. I can add Cleveland Show to my library. I'm not a big Cleveland Show fan though. Closed captioning. Got no captions. Closed captioning 1. Let's see what that looks like. Pretty standard. Black, low opacity background. And edit style. Interesting. Oh, okay. So you do get more control over how you want the closed captions to look if you don't like the standard black background box. Let's see what more options there are. Audio options. Video quality. Let's keep your fingers crossed for 4K with that price increase. Stats for nerds. I'm a nerd. Oh, that's pretty cool. This could be trouble. I might start obsessively checking this. All right, let's try out some of these DVR features. So I can definitely pause live TV. Basic stuff. Let's try rewinding. Nice. This was the last channel I was at, so let's see if I can rewind like you can on a normal DVR. Sweet. But can you rewind on a channel you haven't been watching? Theoretically, this is all streaming, right? So you should be able to. Go over to NBC. Disappointing. It's going based on what you're watching. Well, that's kind of a bummer. So I guess that probably means I can't record something that already aired if I forgot to set it. So in that regard, I'm going to be relying on what's on demand. Let's see what that stuff looks like. So if I wanted to watch the last episode of Rick and Morty, I'd go to my library, which I clearly just signed up, so I didn't record it. And yeah, on-demand content. Seems like it's the typical availability of what I'd get if I were on cable. All in all, I'm pretty impressed with this interface, and I'm excited to put it to a real-world test when I sit down to watch TV tonight. Not on camera. So after using YouTube TV over the first night, I found a lot more that I actually liked about it. I love that you can customize the guide to hide the channels that you don't watch or move the ones that you watch more often to the top. And if you're watching on the Apple TV and you switch over to another app, it actually saves where you were in the show. So if you go back, you can resume watching, whether it's live or on demand. It's also nice to have all my content needs all in one place. But a lot of people are really angry about that price hike, and I gotta say, you're not totally wrong. However, I will defend YouTube a little on this one. YouTube TV has a lot of content to offer. It has more live TV channels than any other service I've seen. Also, the technology works really well. I'm really excited to be exploring what's on live TV in a way that I never have before. So for me, dollar for dollar, YouTube TV is actually the perfect alternative to cable TV. It's saving me at least $30 a month. It has a much more advanced interface than my DVR. And getting rid of that DVR means it's freeing up an HDMI port on my TV. For some of you, it might make more sense to take advantage of an introductory offer from a cable or satellite service. What do you think? Is YouTube TV compelling enough for you to cut the cord? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to CNET for more great tech videos. Now, I'm gonna go see what's on TV.